This is Dinant. This is the town that birthed Adolphe Sax, the man who invented the saxophone. As you go around town, you get to see these big, colorful saxophone sculptures, especially on the Charles de Gaulle Bridge. They all have different colors to represent different countries. For example, this one represents Austria. The countries are represented as tribute to the saxophone's universal language, which is music, and its power to connect cultures around the world. It really does. When I think of jazz music, I love reggae songs and marching bands all over the world. They all do use the sax to some extent. The sculptures are quite tall actually. I'm 150 centimeters or 5 foot, and this is how they look next to me. I also came across this metal wall sculpture dedicated to Mr. Sax. I think this is like a public sitting area. The tourist office is right next to the Charles de Gaulle Bridge, and it will give you more information on the best activities to do in Dinant. Another way the town has honored Adolphe Sax is by having La Maison de Monsieur Sax, or House of Mr. Sax, open to the public. It's the actual side of the building where Adolphe Sax was born in 1814, or very close to it. It's not exactly a museum in the traditional sense, but more like an educational center. It shows Mr. Sax's musical and technical inventions, the challenges he faced, and his wins. It's free entry and you can just walk in. It's open daily. I think opening times depend on the season though. The center is quite small though. It can take you 30 to 40 minutes to explore the interactive displays. You can even have time to watch or listen to audio clips, read biographical information, and even engage with the giant book of the saxophone tributes. So, the saxophone was actually patented in Paris. This is where Sax moved for his career, but Dinant holds the title as the birthplace of both the man and the idea that became the saxophone. Even in some shops or restaurants, you can see some saxophone sculptures. As I was exploring the town, I stopped over in this cafe/bakery for a pastry. Every time I'm outside of the UK, specifically Belgium, Germany, and France, the bakeries or cafes, they always have such large variety of pastry to choose from. For a cafe, this is amazing. And I got this rolled waffle looking thing. It was actually so good, so I do recommend this place. As I was exploring the town, I came across a boat ride tour. I booked it by the river. The river is called the Meuse River, by the way. The price for the boat ride was €22, and the ticket also gives you access to the cable car ride. And it also gives you access to enter the fortress where the cable car takes you. They said it's an earth, air, and water ticket. Basically, the water for the boat trip, air for the cable car, and earth for the fortress and its gardens. For the boat ride, it was quite busy though, so if you want to visit and do a boat ride, maybe booking in advance may be a good idea, because when I was there, the queues were so long. However, the ride itself wasn't even that long. I doubt it even lasted more than 20 minutes. It just takes you up and down the river. But it doesn't go that far, up or down. It just goes around near where you bought the ticket. I still think it's worth it because you get an audio guide on some of the important landmarks in the town. So you have the option of walking up the stairs or getting the cable car to the fortress or Citadel of Dinant. And thanks to the stairs, the cable car wasn't that busy. I'm not gonna lie, the cable car looked a bit wonky, but everyone around me seemed relaxed, so I got on it. But I was about to go on the stairs. And from the top, you get to see a panoramic view of the town as well, which was really beautiful. Also, at the top of the cable car is of course the Citadel, which is now a museum of arms and history. With the combined ticket, you also get these AR tablets that bring history to life. Basically, when you scan a code in each room, the screen shows you how things might have looked like in the past. So this is from daily life to dramatic wartime scenes. It's like stepping back in time right where it happened. Just a little background about the Citadel. I'll give you a very simplified version of its history just to give you an overview. It was built to protect the town and the Meuse River. Basically, the Meuse River was an important trade and travel route. The first fortress on the site was built in the 11th century by Prince Bishops of Liege. Over the centuries, the Citadel has been fought over by major powers including the French, Dutch, and the British. In the 17th and 18th centuries, it was captured and damaged during the wars between France and the Holy Roman Empire. In the early 1800s, it was rebuilt by the Dutch as part of a defense line after Napoleon's defeat. In 1830, when Belgium gained its independence, it became under Belgian control. And during World War I, in 1914, the Citadel and town was attacked by German troops, and hundreds of civilians were killed, one of the worst early massacres of the war. Later in the war, British and French forces fought in the region as part of efforts to push back the German advance. During World War II, the Citadel was used for defense and observation. And after World War II, the Citadel lost its military importance. It was restored and now it's used as a museum. Just outside the Citadel, there's this real plane. It's not there because the Citadel had an Air Force base or anything. It's there to represent Belgium's broader military history. For food, I went to this restaurant called La Sanserie. I hope that's how it's pronounced, but I'll leave the name in the subtitles. The food, the customer service, everything was good, so I do recommend this restaurant. As for the architecture in the town, I'm actually not that impressed with it. I don't know, it looks a lot like the UK. There's nothing wrong with that, it's just that it's something I'm used to seeing. Well, minus the blue sky, of course, but it's not that special. The Church of Our Lady is impressive though, so if you plan to visit, make sure you do go inside the church. So, just like a lot of churches in this part of Europe, this church was also damaged and restored throughout the wars. This is still an active church, and it is a Catholic church. It's always been since its founding in the Middle Ages. You can actually find a lot of things in the city centre, like a variety of restaurants. Oh, and one thing you should know is that a lot of the restaurants were actually opening around maybe 11:30 to 2 p.m. Then they'll open again later for dinner. And the only restaurants that were open throughout all the hours were mainly the fast food restaurants. So just bear that in mind if you want to visit. There are actually a lot of other things you could do in Dinant, and actually they do have a few jazz festivals. I mean, they are known for saxophones after all. They also have saxophone competitions, so if you want to know more about these events, check out the Visit Wallonia website. Basically, Belgium has 3 regions, Wallonia, Flanders, and Brussels. Wallonia is in southern Belgium, and Dinant is in Wallonia. So, Wallonia is the French-speaking region with some people speaking German. Flanders, they speak Flemish. And in Brussels, they are bilingual, they speak French and Dutch. So, if you need to check for events for Dinant, the Visit Wallonia website should help. And actually getting to Dinant is quite easy, especially from Brussels. You can get a direct train from Brussels Midi and Brussels Central. And the journey is only an hour, 30 minutes. So if you're interested in visiting this town, then you can also add it to your trip if you plan to visit Brussels. I think just one day would be enough to actually see the highlights. But if you want to see more things and do more things in depth, then maybe 2 days. But even that, I don't know. I think 1 day is just enough. July to August is high season for tourists, so expect a lot more people around this time. So long queues and things to be booked out. But it also has the best weather. So I was actually doing a tour around West Germany, but now I think I'm going to tour around Belgium for a bit. The only place I've really been to is like Brussels and now like this town. So I hope to go around Ghent, Bruges, Antwerp, and hopefully Liège. So if you're interested in my take on those cities, you can always subscribe if you haven't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.